The Main Street Community Foundation is a public charity. We partner with individual, family, and business donors to support a broad range of community needs in the towns of Bristol, Burlington, Plainville, Plymouth, Southington, and Wolcott. The foundation monitors and assesses the ever-changing needs and goals of each community. The foundation then works with donors to understand their charitable interests and connects them to the causes they care about.
The Main Street Community Foundation originally began simply as an organization to allow people to meet their philanthropic needs. Since that time, it's become a convener for other not-for-profit agencies.
It's a vehicle that allows people to basically pool their assets and to leave a legacy to improve things in their community.
The Main Street Community Foundation is a charitable organization who works with individuals, families, and businesses to build permanent charitable connections to support our local communities.
Each year, the Main Street Community Foundation offers donors the opportunity to establish permanent charitable funds that will help serve their charitable goals now and for future generations.
Well, I think the best thing about Main Street Community Foundation is that it is made up of the local business leaders and community leaders who have a vested interest in the community and who share knowledge of what's needed in the community and help to identify the needs.
5 years ago, I was asked to participate in the distribution committee at the Main Street Community Foundation. At the time, I expected to have to make decisions on awarding of scholarships, not realizing or recognizing the fact that the Main Street Community Foundation actually provides not only scholarships, but a variety of services and support to organizations throughout the community.
With a grant from the Women and Girls Fund at Main Street Community Foundation, the Parent and Child Center was able to expand its maternal child health initiative and incorporate a program called Maternal Child Family Literacy. And the idea was that they would increase the amount of time they spent reading to their children in the home and access the resources of the public library. So the first year, which was last year, 2009, the families were reading 500 minutes or so a week to their children. And now families are reading in excess of 8,000 minutes per week to their children.
We've been very fortunate to receive a grant from the Plainville Community Fund through the Main Street Community Foundation. And with those funds, we were able to help with the Thanksgiving baskets and help with our staffing. And that enabled us to help our less fortunate residents of Plainville. And we really appreciate all the grants that we received.
The foundation provides a way for people to give back to their community by leaving a legacy. The foundation administers the funds. They're invested, they're overseen by a local board who's as interested in your investments doing well as you are, because they want to be able to provide for the needs in the community.
Our organization, Lions Club of Bristol, is an organization that's getting very old now. We were afraid that this might go away in the future. So the idea was that we would have a fund through Main Street that would actually be around forever.
Southington Community Services has been blessed by the Main Street Community Foundation. We're a small human resource agency. And we can't go to a place like Bill Gates or Oprah and get money, so we've been fortunate that the Main Street Community Foundation has been here to help us, to make a difference whether somebody has their lights on or whether somebody becomes homeless. What we did in our office is we started 2 funds through the Main Street Community Foundation, so someday, when I leave, the person who takes my place can have a check once a year or 2 different checks through the foundation. And I would challenge any group that receives money from the Main Street Community Foundation to start a fund.
This has been our home, it's been our children's home. And we have always felt that there's a lot of potential to the city, many areas unrealized. And we wanted to be part of that. We wanted to see the city become a better place for families, a better place for business. And that's, I think, what our motivation for this was.
My wife and I grew up in Bristol, and we benefited by many people who gave contributions to the community, and we thought maybe perhaps in some small way we can do our part. We knew the founders. I liked the concept, and I knew that my fund would be invested wisely, and Pam and I wanted to leave a legacy.
There are many advantages to working directly with the Main Street Community Foundation to reach our charitable goals as both an individual and a family. In our case, because we wanted to be in the local community where the fund was administered and where the funds were donated, instead of going to a large corporation where it was more impersonal and where we might not be able to make the same type of impact on what we felt were the needs for the recipients in the community.
The Community Foundation also works with families and individuals and organizations who no longer wish to operate their own private foundations. We can offer them alternatives such as donor-advised funds or supporting organizations that allow them to continue to fulfill their charitable purpose, but eliminates all of those administrative burdens and is much more cost-effective.
I think it's important to note that our foundation is in compliance with all of the national standards for a community foundation. That type of a compliance is a seal of approval that gives our donors confidence their money is safe and professionally managed.
Some donors prefer to leave a legacy and give a significant charitable gift upon their death. One way to leave a future gift is through a bequest.
It's easy to set up a fund through your estate plan. Working with your financial advisors and your lawyers, you can decide whether you have an area of interest or something that you want to give back to in the community. An organization, for instance, you can set the fund up from proceeds from your estate, and in that, in your will, you can indicate that you want that to go to a particular area of concern or interest that you have.
The Main Street Community Foundation makes it easy for donors to leave a permanent gift to benefit their communities forever.
Main Street Community Foundation
is committed
to preserve local assets
for local needs
forever.